Welcome to host of DJ Nichols Comedy, DJ Nichols. Okay, stop laughing. Stop laughing. I got on a monkey suit today. Taking things serious. Have you ever not hooked up with a girl because you thought you had something? And later on in life, when you're just not that lucky, you're not getting tail left and right, you think about that one that you let get away, and you're thinking, I should have burnt that bitch. I should have burnt her. Who wraps the toilet paper around their hands when they're pooping the way boxers do before they prepare for a fight? Who does that? I know I'm not the only one. You wrapping the TP around your hand right before you wipe. When you pop pills, do you tilt your head back? Or do you just go ahead and say, you know, I'm an adult, I'm just gonna put this pill in my mouth and then drink some water? I'm just curious. Have you ever had sex on ecstasy? It's incredible. I mean, it's so incredible that you can't ejaculate. Have sex on ecstasy. Just do it one time and make sure it's not a bad batch. Because I had sex on ecstasy and it was a bad batch. And I was with this female after we took pills and they said, oh, it's a bad batch. You might have to take more than usual. So I took more than the preferred amount for these pills. Ecstasy. So I took 4 ecstasy pills that night. For those who don't take ecstasy, just know that's a lot of pills to take. So I took these pills with my partner at the time, and this was the scene in the bedroom. I'm done. I mean, sex is fun, but it ain't that fun. And then, you think when you go home and you're done having sex that you're not still gonna be extremely horny after taking 4 ecstasy pills from a bad batch? These pills, they weren't, Batman shaped or Spider-Man shaped. It was just a blob. That's what I took. 4 blobs of ecstasy. I was talking all night, talking, constantly drinking water. I couldn't shut up the whole night. So then when I got home and it's just me by myself, my teeth are still shattering. I'm still talking to myself all night, and I'm still extremely horny. It does not go away. Oh no. Especially not on a bad batch of ecstasy blobs. You can order a pizza and you'll start looking at the pizza delivery guy a little bit different. Oh, the pizza's here? Oh, the pizza's here. Almost had a threesome before. Yeah, me and 2 other women. Almost. I was close. It was Fat Tuesday 2008. Yeah, it was a very long time ago. Yes, I know. I was young. I was in a band. Okay, I had an afro. This was right before Obama went to office. Right before. Fat Tuesday. Performed a show at a club called 𝗀𝗶𝗀𝗀, which is closed now, but there were a lot of shows there, a lot of open mics, and I got a lot of free drinks. Yes, as a local artist, well, at least as myself, as a local artist, I got paid in beer. I got paid in beer as a local artist. It was me, 2 other guys in my band, 𝗀𝗀𝗃𝗃 and Achilles. Okay, we were a part of the insurgency. Don't judge. That's just what the times were, okay? It was a different time back then. And so, Fat Tuesday, we had our beads, and girls were flashing us, and we throw beads at them off the stage. It was a lot of fun. Probably a lot of inappropriate things happening, but it wasn't that bad. Everybody was in agreement, okay? It was all consensual. There was a girl who started to cut into me. She started to run some game. And eventually, we went back to my place that night. We went back to mine. The next day, I had another show in that evening, and I told her to come back. I didn't think she was gonna come back, so I arranged a plan to hitch a ride out of town for my next show with the other band members that I had. I also had the good idea to try to go around and get another girl, which I did, and I brought her back to my place, and she was in my place, and the other girl comes back. And I told her that the girl that I had in my apartment, I told her she was my cousin. So that was a lie. But she didn't care. We ended up having a good time. We went to my gig. We obviously had a lot of drinks because I get paid in beer. We had a lot of drinks. We got messed up, and because I was in a hip-hop group and this was a hip-hop band, there was a gunfight later on in the night, and people were throwing up their gang signs and shooting in the air, and you know, there was a crazy mob running out of the building, and that's how the show ended, because that's how it's supposed to end, right? It's 08, it's hip-hop. hip hop was crazy, and that was before the 2010s. So we end up, going back to my place after having a bite, and then we went back, and I tried to hook up with both of them, but one girl didn't want to get with the other because she said that the other was a crackhead. And nobody really denied it, but she was like, if you're not with me first, then I'm leaving. And the next day I woke up, she left, I got with the other one. So I was close. And to this day, if you ask me, I'll definitely say that I had a threesome. But the weird thing about that episode with this young lady is that when I took her to the gig, somehow her whole family showed up to the bar and was trying to get her to stop dating me. It was her cousins, her sisters, her brothers, to get her to stop being it, because I had 2 girls on my arm that night and they obviously hated it. They must have had some type of sixth sense, and it was like Jerry Springer in this place. And that was before the shooting, in which nobody got shot. Everybody was okay, if you were wondering. But that was the time that I almost had a threesome. I was also in Showtime at the Apollo, not in New York. They traveled to my town in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And, because I was a rapper, I wanted to get some exposure because it was going to be televised. So I figured I'd get some exposure, maybe get some connections. I knew that I was going to win at least the first round. I might not have stayed in the whole thing, but I knew I was going to win the first round. I just recorded some new music. It was good. I went and got on the city bus. I rode down to the theater. I auditioned for about 25 people, but I beat out 15,000 people. I made it to the show. I was going to be on television for Apollo. I was going to do this. And we had a rehearsal. And this is where I made a mistake with Apollo. We had a rehearsal. And in the rehearsal, they said, hey, you could use your CD that you're using right now, your mixtape, or you could actually use the band from Apollo. So as I'm sitting here looking at the band, they got their guitars and their basses, the bass player's like boom, 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 boom. The drummer's twirling his drumsticks in the air, throwing them in the air, catching them. They're just looking ready to go. Like, hey, just ready. And I said, nah, I'll just use my CD. And they looked at me like that music from Larry David that started to play in the background. I know you can hear it in your head. Just imagine that. That's what played in the background. I was so full of myself. I promise you, I was telling them not to get my name wrong. I was like, and make sure you don't get my name wrong when you announce me. I was full of myself. I was big-headed. I was doing too much. I knew I was gonna win the first round from Showtime at the Apollo. Okay? I practiced at home. I turned the band down. I said, no, I ain't working with the legendary Apollo band. I don't know that band's name, but whatever it is, I know it's legendary because they've been doing it for 30 years. Turned them down. I don't need that. I'm the shit. I'm Southpaw. Don't get my name right. And the night of the show, I was supposed to have my CD and I was ready, and I lost all my CDs, all my music on the bus on the way there. This was in 2004, a very long time ago. I was like 23. I lost everything on the bus, but I only had one CD of some old music that I had, but that music had the N-word in it, which I'm pretty sure that's probably not the only reason why I got booed off stage. But I came out on stage, you know, I came out. I rubbed the log that was there. Confident. I'm feeling like Jordan right now. I'm feeling like Jordan. I come out confident, and I took one breath. Next thing I know, Sandman was coming out with his giant cane, his giant hook that he comes out with, trying to get me off the stage. I'm trying to go off the wrong way and trying to go this way, and he was trying to push me toward this way. Man, it was a nightmare. Luckily, I had a girl who could console me at the time, and I went home. She had watched the whole thing on television. You know, I shook my head. I failed Showtime at the Apollo. But in all, it was a very good experience. It was a good experience, and I had fun at Apollo. And now it's just a really funny anecdote that I use. And here's my impression of Mustafa from Lion King. Simba, you deliberately disobeyed me. And not only that, you put Nala in danger. Thank you all, and good night.